Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, real voices, real talk. Yeah. This is the Just Talk Black Show with DJ Purpose. Every Thursday, 7 p.m. sharp. Every story, every struggle, every win we claim. We speak it loud, but respect on our name. Yeah. Let's talk black, we shine, we grow. Building up the people every Thursday on the Just Talk Black Show. From pain into pride, let the whole world know we're unfiltered, unite. Just Talk Black Show. Yeah. We speak on the struggles, we celebrate with voices from the block to the boardroom within. Our stories connect us, it's deeper than chat. It's love, it's respect.
Hello guys and welcome back to the Just Talk Black Show. I'm your host DJ Purpose and I am glad to have you guys in the room with us today. If you are new and it's your first time, please say hello in the chat and say where you are listening from. Are you listening from America? Are you listening from the UK? Please let us know where you are listening. And guys, if you missed the show last week, I'm not even going to tell you what it was. You need to go and check it out on the Just Talk Black on YouTube. You can watch all our live streams there we've interviewed so many people. So go and check that out on Just Talk Black on YouTube, and you can watch many different interviews that we've had on the show. So I am going to first do the disclaimer thing that we must always do. So I am going to put that on. It's literally 2 minutes and I must do this for every show.
Just Talk Black Show. Disclosure Statement. Disclaimer. The views and opinions shared on the Just Talk Black Show are those of the hosts and guests, and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the show, its sponsors, or affiliates. This show is a space for open, honest, and respectful dialogue within the Black community. Some conversations may include sensitive topics, strong language, or personal opinions that are intended to spark thought and encourage positive change. Listener discretion is advised. All guests are responsible for the accuracy of their statements and agree to participate voluntarily. By appearing on the show, guests give permission for their audio, video, and likeness to be recorded and distributed across Just Talk Black's platforms. Let's talk real. Let's talk truth. Let's just talk black.
So that's it, guys. I must always put that on. And, so let me quickly go into who we are going to be having on next week. We're going to be having a special guest on. So I just want to let you guys know who we have on next week. Wow. We are going to be talking about healing before dating and why wholesome matters. This lady's straight from USA, a relationship coach, and it is going to be a topic, guys, one topic that you do not want to miss. Relationship healing before dating. Wow. That is going to be one, guys, that you do not, I'm telling you, you do not want to miss. Have we all got healing to do before we're dating? So that is going to be a very interesting topic. And tonight we're going to have a serious conversation, because to many people in our community, we're just chasing quick money without understanding risk. So we see the screenshots sharing on social media. We see the rental cars. We see the lifestyles that people are posting on social media, but we don't see the losses. Forex trading has expanded so much on social media nowadays. But is it financial empowerment? Let's be clear. We're not here to shame anybody. We're here to be educated today. Come on, guys. We're here to be learning something new today. If you don't know Forex, we are going to be learning, because building black wealth requires strategy. It requires discipline. Come on, guys. It requires discipline and it requires an understanding. So tonight tonight, guys, we are going to be asking that hard questions. Can Forex actually help close the wealth gap, or is it just another circle of hype? Let's talk black. This is what it's about, guys. We are going to be talking about Forex tonight, and I have my special guest today. I am going to bring him on, and let me just introduce you to Leon. Come on. You've been a host on the Just Talk Black show, so I am really, really grateful to have you on the show. I'm going to be talking about Forex. I am learning Forex, and you're doing a bit of teaching with me and learning as well. And I'm telling you, I have learned so much through you helping me and sharing your knowledge of Forex. So for these who don't know you, who are you and what actually do you do?
Well, DJ Purpose, I really appreciate you inviting me back on your show. I think it's the second time I've been on as a guest. And yeah, just as my good friend and my close friend, it's great to support you in what you're doing. I can see how this Just Talk Black podcast is just going from strength to strength to strength, brother. So it's really good to be back with you again. So for anybody that doesn't know me, my name is Leon Brown. I am a full-time FX trader, FX coach, and mentor. That's what I do through my business on a day-to-day basis. So I'm either trading for myself or I'm assisting people in their understanding of trading or helping people to add this skill to their knowledge bank so they can do whatever they want to do with it. So I'm fully engrossed in the world in foreign exchange trading. And I mean, we do call it foreign exchange, but it really, the skills that we teach and the method that we teach is applicable across all asset classes as well, whether it's gold, whether it's oil, whether it's silver, whether it's long-term investing, all asset classes and all time frames. So I'm fully engrossed in a world of trading and finance at the moment.
So what drove you personally to teach Forex? What was it personally that you just said, you know what, I want to be teaching Forex?
Brother, I realized that whether it's in our community or outside our community, but specifically, actually, the driver for this was specifically community based, because I felt like people from African and Caribbean backgrounds just didn't have a sound appreciation of what trading and investing can really do for them when done correctly, when you really understand the markets. And I found myself in a really, really privileged position when I came out of university and landed at some really good investment banks where I learned a wealth of knowledge. I was able to find mentors, teachers, coaches, and just be fully immersed in an environment that really, really helped me get a great understanding of the foreign exchange and the trading markets. And then I just wanted to share this with people. I'm like, man, have you seen how this works? Can you do this? If you take some time to learn this skill, then this is what's possible. And I built a whole business around teaching people the skills of trading, bro.
So for people who don't know what Forex, let's take it back to basics, because some people don't have a clue when we're saying Forex. What is Forex? Let's start from the basics.
Right, we're going to. So you want to have a little bit of a lesson, yeah? We're going to lesson number one. Lesson number one. Right. Okay, cool. So essentially, Forex is short for foreign exchange. Okay. Now, Forex has become an umbrella term for trading in general, for short-term trading in general. But what Forex means is an umbrella term for foreign exchange. And essentially, the foreign exchange market is one of the, if not the largest, liquid market in the world. It is absolutely huge, man. I've got to be careful in this because, bro, if I start talking, I'll just go on forever. But let me interrupt me whenever you're ready. Yeah?
I will do.
So Forex and foreign exchange is the largest liquid market in the world, much, much, much bigger than the stock market and the bond market combined. It's huge. There are talks of volume transacted in excess of $10 trillion of volume transacted through the foreign exchange markets every single day on a daily basis. It's huge, right?
What day are they on? Quickly, what days do the Forex market opens?
So the market will open at 10 p.m. on a Sunday night in the UK. So we're in London. So the market will open at 10 p.m. on a Sunday night, and it will close at 10 p.m. on a Friday night. So it's
Okay.
24 by 5.5, essentially 24/7, 24 hours a day, 5.5 days per week. The crypto markets are open 24/7, but the foreign exchange markets close for all of Saturday, essentially.
Yeah.
So the market's huge, bro. And if you think about it, right, everything we do is based around spending money. Our whole economy is based around the flow of cash, and whether you're a business or whether you're an individual, you need access to that cash and access to that capital. So foreign exchange market is ginormous, absolutely
Yeah.
ginormous.
And who are
And
some
what
of the
we do,
players? Who are some of the players actually who trade in the forex market?
brilliant question. All right, so the biggest players will be the investment banks and the what we call supranationals, which are the government organizations. If you think about the Bank of England or the Federal Reserve, these guys are huge governments. They're huge players in the foreign exchange and the capital markets. Then below that, you've got the investment banks, who are absolutely massive. And then a level below that, you've got things like corporations. You imagine how much business somebody like Nike, right? Nike is doing on an annual basis. Well, they make their products out in Asia. Those products get sold all around the world, but their business is domiciled in the US. They've got a huge need for foreign exchange conversions. Or if you think about a car manufacturer, right?
Yeah.
Think about Nissan, for example, or BMW. They make their cars in Germany or Japan. They sell their cars all around the world, but their business has got to run in the place where it's domiciled. So there's again, that's another reason why they may get involved with foreign exchange transactions.
Wow. So there is a lot of money going through this foreign exchange market. Absolutely. From what you're saying, there is tons of money that is going through the foreign exchange when people really grasp who are the big players in this, the banks. So we're putting our money in the banks, and are the banks using our money as well to play in these markets, or how does it work? Because you say the banks are the biggest players. So just to take it back to people who might not understand, can we do it as a baby step of when is it like when you go and say, for example, I'm going to Jamaica and I want to change the dollar or the money, shall I say, from English to Jamaica? Is that part of how it works as well?
That's absolutely part of it. So when you're going on holiday, let's use America as the example, right?
Yeah.
You can't take your Great British pounds, or what they call pound sterling. You can't take your pound sterling and go and buy a burger and chips in New York. They say, well, what are you doing? We don't take this currency here. So either at the airport or on an app on your phone, you've got to turn your Great British pounds into a currency that is accepted in the country that you're going to, whether that's South Africa, Japan, Europe, Asia, Brazil. You've got to turn your money that you earn into money that you can spend in another country.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of the foreign exchange market as well. Does that make sense? That's a big part of it. So
Absolutely.
individuals, corporates, like the two companies that we mentioned,
Yeah.
you've got governments, you've got investment banks. It is literally a phenomenally large market, absolutely huge.
So before trading, what was your mindset around money? Let's ask that question. What was your mindset around money?
That's a great question, Rossi. I've always been entrepreneurial. I've always been like, you know what, I'm going to do this for myself. I'm going to make money. I don't know if you remember, even when I was in uni, I used to go down to the Burberry secondhand shop in Hackney and buy up a load of Burberry clothes and then come back to the ends basically and sell them. I was in a business. I was in a business partnership with my boy Tucker, yeah, and we used to go down to Hackney, buy the second hands or the seconds from Burberry shop and come and sell them. So I've always been entrepreneurially minded.
Yeah.
Even from when I was young, 14 years old, I went and did a paper round, went and just found a way to make money because I've wanted to have a lot of money and do it on my own without necessarily relying on people. And that's where trading came really, really to the fore for me, because it's a way for me to be able to create income and wealth without having to rely on a boss, without having to rely on jobs. And I've done the corporate stuff, I've done the big jobs. It was just a way for me to escape the matrix, basically.
Yeah. So was there anyone who taught you financial discipline, or did you just have to just learn it alone?
Man, I learned it. I had good parents. My parents taught me well with money. But again, it's been one of those things which I've just loved reading. I've loved reading books. You might have heard of a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. That was one of the
Oh yeah.
first books.
Come on.
The first books I read when I kind of got interested in money and wealth, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And then I just went on and read others and others and others. By the end of the day, I'll give you a few books that you could potentially read and suggest for your audience.
Okay. Love that. Absolutely love that. So if you are new, please do like the channel and subscribe. Subscribe helps the channel to grow. And that's what we need. We need your help right now. And also, if you are listening, take 1 minute to literally, guys, just put that thumbs up, like that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. If you're not, quickly head over to YouTube and just get that thumbs up, likes up. And we do need your help today, guys. So I will be open the phone line. So if you do want to ask Leon any questions, I will be open the phone lines later on. So Lee, for someone who's watching who thinks Forex is a scam, what would you say to them?
Boy. Listen, I'm thinking about the answer to that question. I probably should have had this question, this answered already, because Forex has got a very, very bad name. Trading in general has got a very, very bad name because now you're looking at people on Instagram, you're looking at people on socials, and all they're doing is they're flashing their fancy watches, they're flashing the private jets and the nice cars, and they're not really showing you what they did to get there. And a lot of these people, there's ways to make a lot of money through trading without actually knowing how to trade. There's ways to do it.
Yeah.
Where you can make a lot of money through trading, through the industry of trading, without actually knowing how to trade. So there is a big portion of this industry which is a little bit, we call it a little bit, there's a word that we use. It's murky is the word. We use It's a little bit murky, but it is not a scam industry. It is not a scam industry at all. People have taken something good and really kind of turned it into something which is a little bit murky. But if you find the right people, then yeah, it doesn't have to be at all.
Okay. So why do so many beginners lose money?
You know what? I tell you why. Because the reason why a lot of beginners lose money is because they get lucky at the start and they make money. Right? Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
So beginners jump on their things. They think they know what they're doing because if I press this, I can buy. And if I press this, I can sell. So they press a buy for whatever reason with a little bit of knowledge. Maybe a friend's told them something. Maybe they think, oh, that's the support. I'm going to buy off the support. And they make some money. And they're like, rah, I just pressed the button and I saw £100 come in my account. I just pressed the button. I saw £500 come in my account. And so then they grow it and they grow it. And then they're like, yo, I've done this. I'm getting some luck. I'm getting some wins and some losses. I started with £500. Now my account's at £2,000. And the amount of times, DJ Purpose, the amount of times I'm speaking to people who want to know more about this industry, and they tell me I started off making money, and then all of a sudden I gave all the money back to the market in one go. It took me 4 weeks to make it, and I gave it back to the market in one go. And then they realized it's possible, add more money to their brokerage account, lose it again. Add more money to their brokerage account, lose it again, because they actually really don't. It looks easy, but people don't know what they're actually doing is the real truth. The reason why they lose money is because they start off good without knowing what they're doing, and then they crash and burn.
So what's some of the biggest lies on social media telling about trading? What's some of the biggest lies that you've heard on social media where people are just saying, for example, I've heard people say I've made such and such amount of money in one day, like a big sum of money in one day?
Well, the funny thing is, you can make a lot of money in one day doing trade. It's funny. Today's been an amazing day for me, trading wise. Right, one of maybe my best day that I've had this year. Funny enough that I'm on the podcast with you today.
Yeah,
and I've had a good day. You can make a lot of money trading, but the biggest lie I've heard is that it's fast money. Right. So look, it's fast money if you really, really understand what you're doing. And at the point where you know what you're doing, today was very easy for me. I wasn't fighting the market. There was no stress. It's like it just happened. It just fell into my lap. But one of the biggest lies is that trading is actually fast money, when in reality, it's actually a slow process of building a skill that can last forever. They say DJ Purpose, they say
Yeah.
champions are not made in the ring. They are only recognized there.
Mm.
Okay, the champion's not made when you see him win that title or when you see him win that race. They're only recognized there. What happens is the hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of work that make it look like an easy win or an easy victory, or make it look like fast money. So the biggest lie is that it's fast money, when the reality is that you got to take time to build the skill slowly, and then after that you might be able to make some money quickly.
Yeah. So how dangerous is it to quickly think of quick money? How dangerous is it for people to quickly think, you know what, I'm going to make some quick money here? How dangerous is that?
We've got this other phrase in trading that says fast don't last. But really, if you, nothing good is built overnight. It's just things take time. Now, I don't want to say anything that is going to stick in my future forever, because money can come quickly, right? But money can come quickly now because I've taken years to understand it. Years and years and
Mm.
years. So those years were not quick. Those years were painful. Those years were difficult. Those years were like, oh my goodness, can I actually really do this? Am I gonna quit? So the money can come fast now, but those years have been a long, long, long process of time. Long process, bro.
Mm. So let's talk about trading, because we're talking about it less from the basics. So we've explained what Forex is. Now, for somebody who is new to Forex and never done Forex, what is some of the tools? Let's talk about some of the tools. What would they need to start off, basically? What's the basic things that they need?
All right. So in terms of online tools,
Yep.
there are a few really, really good applications. And I would say you need something like Trading View.
Yep.
Right? That's an application, it's a website you can go on, and TradingView allows you to get access to the markets in real time. What are the markets doing? Are they moving up or are they moving down? Okay, cool. Number one. Then, if you're going to be trading something like foreign exchange or stocks and shares, you need something like we call a broker. Now, there are thousands of brokers. There are thousands. I mean, the broker that I currently use is Vantage Markets. There are others like IG Markets. There are Interactive Investor. Most people have heard of Trading 212. Those are the two main things that you need in terms of tools. You need Trading View, and you need to choose a broker. I go through with my students. We go through what broker will suit them based on their needs. The other thing that you need, which is not a software tool or a physical tool, is you need a strong mindset. You need a good mind, right? You need this is a mind game more than anything else, more than a skill set. It's actually a mind game.
So would you say discipline actually, discipline is one of the things that you have to have when you're trading?
I mean, discipline, patience, consistency, persistence. Those are some of the skills you need. The skills you need to the things you need to drop are fear, greed, hesitation, double-mindedness. There's loads of things you need to drop. And actually, it's so funny you get into this. I say that to become a good trader, listen to this carefully, yeah?
Yeah.
To become a good trader, you actually need to become a better person.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
mad. I know it sounds crazy, right?
No, it's not
To
crazy.
become
To me, it's not. I understand why. But to the audience, explain why that is.
So to become a better trader, you need to become a better person. And here's the reason why. In life, we are prone to things like greed, fear. We're prone to things like impatience, hesitation, snapping, compulsive decisions. And those things will not serve you in the world of trading. Right? If you're hesitant, you miss the opportunity. If you're fearful, you miss the opportunity. If you're impatient, you get in too early. Yeah. If you are compulsive, you're gonna trade. You're gonna trade when you shouldn't. If you're revengeful, you're gonna see the loss and you're gonna go in again and suffer another loss. So essentially, what I'm saying, DJ Purpose, is that trading holds up a mirror to you. It holds up, it says you're actually displaying these characteristics. And I can tell you that because the market doesn't know you. This is the market talking. The market says you're displaying these characteristics. And I can tell you that you're displaying these characteristics because I'm presenting the exact same information to everybody. And some people are using the information I'm displaying and succeeding. Some people are using the information I'm displaying and failing. So the only difference between a neutral market, which doesn't know you or doesn't know me, is my response to that neutral market.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
definitely. Someone's got a question. Let's go to this question. How long do you estimate it would take for a beginner to learn the skills?
So we get asked this question a lot when we're speaking with new potential clients. To learn the skills will take 4 months, maybe 6 if you're a little bit slow. So you should give yourself between 4 and 6 months to actually learn the skills and start understanding what you're really trying to do. With good coaching and mentoring, that can be shorter. But after the learning, there is a practice phase. There's a like, okay, I was saying the same thing to a student right before this call. He's got all the theory, he understands it in his head, but now we need to bridge the gap between what you know and what you can actually do. And sometimes that process takes a little bit longer. So for people who want to do it really, really well, I would suggest that you got to give yourself 9 to 12 months. You'll know the content after 4 to 6 months, but you've got to give yourself 9 to 12 months to be proficient. And to be highly profitable, maybe a little bit longer.
Wow.
Does that sound? Do people think that it should be quicker than that? What do you think?
Some people are, and that's on social media. Some people think you can learn very quickly. Some people think, you hear these stories. Oh, you can learn it in 2 weeks. Some people are saying in a week. To me personally, what I've learned and what I've watched and watching your videos and understanding it. For me, when I'm learning it, I've said about a year. For what you said as well, I've said about a year. So you get that 6 months practicing demo accounts, etc. So I would say, probably for me, I would say probably about a year. Exactly what you said.
I think that's right. You've got to give yourself time to assimilate the information. It's like learning a language. Have you ever learned? I don't know if you've ever learned a language or anything.
I hate learning language.
Okay, all right. So people who learn languages, what they often say that there comes a point when they're learning a language where they can understand more than they can speak. Yeah. So you get to the point in your learning journey where comprehensively it's all in your head. Yeah, I can understand this. This makes sense. This makes sense. But I just can't speak. I can't have a fluent conversation. It's the same when you're learning anything, right? Especially when you're learning trading. You'll get to a stage in your trading education journey where you understand conceptually, but you just can't do it as fluently as your brain thinks you should be able to. And that's a process that takes the additional 6 months, I would say.
Yeah. And can someone realistically trade part-time and win?
Part-time and win, it depends what winning is. Okay, what part-time means? There are some strategies, even that we use within our community on a regular basis, which take an hour and a half a day, an hour a day. Yeah. And there's a specific time of the market that we come in to do a very specific thing. And that thing will either work or not work on that particular day. And it's done within an hour and a half. With that said, there are other strategies that you can do in the morning before you go to work. There are other things that you can do in the evening when you come back. I don't think you'll be able to be. It'll be hard to really change your life and build massive wealth on a part-time basis, but that's not the point. I think the point is that you want to use the part-time to get the skill, build the income, prove the income and then start to reduce the hours on whatever else you were doing so that there's an overlap between, learning the skill of trading and maybe leaving your job or closing your business. There's got to be an overlap to that.
Yeah. And how much capital would you say someone starting with? How much capital would you say someone should start with? Honestly,
This is another great question. Back in the day when I was on the trading desk, we used to, if we wanted to trade on our personal account, we'd have to put money aside, sometimes for months, to have a decent pot to trade with. Now you can essentially go to what they call prop firms. So you don't need huge amounts of capital to trade with, because there's this industry called the prop firm industry, which will provide individuals with the access to funds if they pass certain tests and challenges. So if you want your own account and you don't want to go through the prop firm space, then you've got to start with £1,000, £2,000 after a period of learning. But my recommendation, and what most of my students do, is that after the learning, we practice and then we go for prop firm funding. Pay £500 to acquire a £100,000 trading account.
yeah. So what's that word that you just used? Prop firms. Prop firm. What is a prop firm? Explain what that is for us. Really, let's go into that.
Really, really good. So a prop firm is a company which is set up to trade on its own money. That's number one. Prop stands for proprietary, right? Which means hours. It means hours. So a prop firm is another word for a proprietary trading firm. And there are two types. In the investment banking world, a proprietary trading firm exists just to trade its own money. But in the retail trading world, which is what we are, a prop firm actually will give traders access to simulated trading funds for a fee.
When you say simulated trading fund, for people that don't understand that.
So it's not actually a real 100K, but it acts as though it's 100K, and you can make money on it as though it's 100K. You can't take it. Do you understand what I mean? You can't go and say, okay, I've paid 500 quid. I've got a $100,000 trading account. Let me take the $100,000. You can't have access to that. You can only have access to the profit.
Okay.
Right? You only have access to the profit. So these prop firms exist to identify good traders and to give those good traders access to capital, which is greater than they would normally have access to without the existence of the prop firm.
Yeah.
Right. So, for example, I can say it. Yeah. So my prop firm account is 200K as an example. One of them is 200K. So if I make 1% on that 200K, then that is 2,000 made. But if I made 1% on the 2K, then it's significantly smaller. It's like 20 quid made. It's significantly smaller. So the idea is to use the capital, go for prop firm funding, so that you've got greater capital to trade on, essentially.
Yeah. I just want you to, can you see this question? Just read it out for us, Lee, and just answer this question for us.
Yeah, so this is a good one from FPT100. Do you teach mostly technicals, fundamentals, analysis, or both? So this is a really, really brilliant question. And for those who don't know, I'll just explain what those two things are. Fundamental analysis is looking at the data points that are happening throughout the economy of a country and establishing a trade idea from those data points. Points like, what is inflation doing, which is the rate at which money is losing its value? What is interest rates doing? What is the manufacturing in that company doing? What is the employment in that country doing? These are things that we call fundamentals. And every day we get fundamental data which we can look at and take an assessment of how any particular economy is doing. That's fundamental analysis, looking at the data. Technical analysis is looking at the charts, looking at the candles, looking at the repeating patterns that happen again and again and again, and trying to establish what may happen next based on what happened before. All right. So fundamentals look at the data, technicals look at the charts. Now, we in our business, we are technical traders. We are technical traders. It doesn't mean that we ignore the fundamentals, but I will almost never take a fundamental data point and take a trading decision from it. I will always refer to the technicals, always refer to what the charts are saying. And whilst I might take a steer from the fundamentals, my entry and my exit is purely technically based. A very good question. Someone who knows what they're talking about there, DJP.
Definitely somebody who knows what they're talking about. I can see that they must be doing Forex. Oh, they definitely do understand. What is one simple step a beginner should take before placing their first trade? I would say just get a mentor, innit? Come on.
Yeah, that's one thing. Get a mentor. Open Trading View. Right, if you want any help doing that, I'm happy to help anybody. Open a Trading View account, and also open a dummy brokerage account, which is fake numbers. They're fake money. You can't lose anything, but you also can't win anything if the trades go well. So one thing you can do is just practice on a demo or a dummy account and get in touch with somebody who you trust, take some lessons, do some basics, and don't take advice from friends. Take advice from people who actually know what they're talking about. Yeah.
Definitely. Let's talk a little bit about the chart for people that don't understand. So the Forex, we've spoken now and how it is and having that mindset and all that. Now, just explain. I know we don't have no diagram. I should have maybe had a diagram, which would have been helpful, of how a chart sort of look.
Yeah.
But we say candlesticks and we say trading view.
Yeah.
So when you said candlesticks, just explain. I know it might be a bit hard because we don't have that to hand of what
Is
it actually
worth
looks.
me actually sharing my screen? Is it worth me doing that? I've got a chart up if it's worth me doing that.
I can't do that at the moment, to be honest.
Okay.
I would love to do that, but yeah, we would
Can you
have to.
share it? No, it's not.
It's not.
Yeah, it's
gonna
letting
allow
me
it.
share the screen. It's letting me share the screen.
Let me see. No, because we have to have a display for it.
Okay, cool. So we leave that
We
now.
leave
Okay.
that.
So essentially, a candle. Let me see if I can show you in a book. I got a book here.
You got a book there. Oh, excellent.
Yeah. Let's see if we can see if we've got a book here. It's not brilliant, but maybe your viewers can see. A candles. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, we
these
can
things,
see that. Yep.
right?
Black,
So
white one.
Yeah, this one here and this one here. These are examples of candles, and essentially there are 5 pieces of information in every single candle. The first piece of information you get in every candle is the price at which that candle opened. And it could be for the day, it could be for 4-hour time frame, it could be for an hour, it could be for a week. But we want to know what price did that candle open at. And then we know what price did that candle close at, maybe on the day, maybe on the hour, maybe on the week. What was the highest price in that time frame? What was the lowest price in that time frame? And the one that most people miss and ignore is what was the overall direction or the movement of the price in that time frame? Did it go up or did it go down? That's very important too. Most people just say the open, the high, the low, and the close. And they will ignore the fact that we've actually got an additional piece of information, which is the direction of travel. And that's actually the most important bit, the direction of travel. And we use individual candles and collections of candles together, groups of candles together, to make a trading decision. And that trading decision might be to buy or it might be to sell.
Yeah. I know you're looking at that question. You want to read it out?
So we got a question from Ganyani Davis, 4541.
4541.
What drives price? What causes price to either go up or either go down? Wow, that really depends who you talk to. That's a really good question. It depends who you speak with. Simple answer is the demand for that thing at any one time. Simple economics. If the demand for that product is high, then the price will increase. And if the demand for that product is low, or for that currency pair or that asset is low, then price will decrease. That's one very, very simple answer.
Mm.
Another answer, which is also true, is the fundamentals and the geopolitics. For example, we saw that when Orange Man over there went and bombed Iran,
Mm.
that the price of oil jumped higher. These are geopolitical tensions which have real world impacts on commodities and asset prices. And then, thirdly, the answer which I like a lot, what drives price, is algorithms. Algorithmic trading is actually huge, and the price is so precise that it's oftentimes driven by algorithms. And lastly, herd mentality. Herd mentality is like, have you ever seen those shows? Have you ever seen the nature programs when all the fish are in the in the ocean? Yeah,
Yeah.
and they all move like as if they're one big thing, but really it's hundreds of thousands of fish, or and they all move like they're all one big thing. That's called herd mentality. And what happens is the fish on the right hand side sees the shark come in and has a reaction, and that reaction cascades really quickly through the fish until it has an effect on the left hand side. We call that herd mentality. So those are the things which move, which really move the markets. It's data, it's geopoliticals, it's algorithmic, and it's herd mentality. There's
Okay.
there's a lot to that question.
We have another one. Do you want to read that one out as well, Lee?
What's the best step by step game plan for a beginner like me to follow to be successful in trading like you? Well, appreciate it. I think the step number one is to think about your look. All right, let's say it like this: set yourself a goal and a target and a reason why. Why do you want to do this? My reason is very clear. Why do you want to do it? I can, if you'll allow me to be honest, this is Little Wisdom Tales -U3F. If it's purely just for the money, then if it's purely for the money, it's not a good enough reason. Okay, it's not a good enough reason. So start a step-by-step game plan. Step number one is figure out your reasons why you want to do this. Figure that out really well. Step number two is speak to somebody like myself. It doesn't have to be me, but speak to somebody like myself who is in the game, really understands it really well, and be prepared to exchange for an exchange of value. Yeah, you'll be amazed at how many people I speak to who want to know all the knowledge that I know, but don't want to have any exchange for that. Right? How much you got to invest in changing your life? £100. Yeah, I'm like, broski, I don't think that's £100 ain't really going to work if you want to change your life with this. So, step number one: figure out your reasons why. Find a mentor. Start playing on a dummy account. And be prepared. This is the most important one. I said this to somebody as well. Be prepared to follow the process, right? Be prepared to follow the process without looking for results. I'm going to say that again. Be prepared to follow the process without looking for results for at least 6 to 9 months. At least 6 to 9 months. That will be the first starting point there for Little Wisdom Tales. I hope that helps. And again, if anybody wants to speak with me about this after the show, we'll leave details at the end where people can contact me, and I'll be more than happy to answer questions.
Definitely. So we have another question for you again.
This is from Grow Expo. For beginner traders or even experienced traders, how much importance should we put on risk management? So,
what is risk management first?
Yeah, what is risk management? So risk management is ensuring that, the way I would describe it, risk management is ensuring that your losses stay small and your wins stay big. It's making sure that your losses are smaller than your wins, essentially. Right? Now, I hope does that make sense, DJP?
Yeah, definitely.
So risk management is saying, okay, look, I've got this much amount of capital. How do I preserve this capital? By ensuring that every time I lose, which you will do, then I lose a small amount. But every time I win a large amount. That's essentially my simple description of risk management.
Yeah.
The question is good here because it says for beginner traders or even experienced traders. Let's start with the beginner traders. For beginner traders, risk management is essential, absolutely essential. Because if you don't have good risk management as a beginner trader, you will just constantly be putting money into your brokerage account, and the market will take your money indiscriminately. Like I said, the market doesn't know you, but it will take your money if you don't use proper risk management. For more experienced traders, you can play with it a little bit. For example, I don't always use a stop loss, and for everybody that knows, a stop loss is if you're in a losing position, the stop loss will take you out of the trade by limiting the amount that you can lose. Very, very, very important for beginner traders. Once you get a little bit more advanced, you can use the market as a stop loss. I'd have to explain that for a more advanced trader would understand that you can actually use the market to tell you whether you've actually lost or whether you're just sitting in a bit of discomfort and in drawdown. Right? Drawdown is when your trade is losing but hasn't lost completely. So for beginner traders, I would say 100% risk management is essential. In fact, it's essential for everybody, but the way you do it is different as a beginner trader than it is when you're a more experienced trader.
Love that explanation. Absolutely love the way that you broke that down. Good question. Very, very good question that they answered there. So I'm going to open the phone lines for anybody who wants to call in, which is 07471539533, which is the number right in the middle of the screen. So if you have a question today, or even if you had something that you've been in trading, you lost money, what's your experience in trading as well? If you want to share it with the audience today, you can do that on 07471539533. So the phone lines are open now. You can call. And basically, when you are calling, please, I do say, if someone is on the line, please wait until they come off the line and then ring. We cannot take two calls at the same time. So please, if anybody do ring, wait until the other person do come off the line. You know, Lee, what's one daily habit people can build as traders which builds trading discipline?
Say that again, bro.
So what's one daily habit, say, a trader can help them to build trading discipline?
Okay, this is a good one. That's a really good question. One daily habit, I would say, is to see a trade that you want to take and leave it. Don't take it. All right? That's crazy, right? To see the trade that's like, all right, this trade. This is a really, really good. This is not a habit, but it's really good training. All right, it's really good training at the start of your journey. See a trade that you want to take and just sit on your hands and do nothing, and train yourself to be emotionless about whether that trade wins on paper or whether that trade loses. And that sitting on your hands is going to do a couple things for you. It's going to reduce the anxiety of being in a trade. It's going to help you to worry less about whether that trade wins or whether that trade loses. And it's also going to help you to manage your emotions, because if that trade loses, you'll be like a little bit relieved, but then you wasn't in it. If that trade wins, you'll be a little bit disappointed, but you weren't in it. So you can you're able to squash the roller coaster of happiness and sadness when you're winning and you're losing. So sitting on your hands when you see a trade is a good little exercise that I give out to students on a regular basis. Another one, if I was to think about it, is to use is this for beginner traders or more experienced traders?
Let's say for beginners.
For beginner traders is, I would say, to practice market structure. Wow. Practice your market structure. I don't know if I feel like I'm teaching. Just take that as gold. Just as a beginner trader, just practice understanding what market structure is, how it works, how it moves, when it moves. Massively, massively important. If you can take a month, 2 months, or even 3 months, it can change your life by understanding market structure properly.
Okay, we have another question from FP2 1000.
There's a lot of hype around AI trading. What is your stance in comparison to manual trading? So,
That's a
good
good
question,
question,
right?
actually.
Yeah,
AI,
it's brilliant.
AI
It's really
trading. A lot of people are actually talking about this AI trading nowadays.
so. Real question is if you to define AI trading. So I left banking in 2015, and from 2005, 2004, trust me, we're 20 years ago, the banks were trading what we call algorithmically, which is some super smart mathematician kid programs the algorithm to say, if this, then that, if this, then that, but if this, then that. It's kind of way more complex than what I can even do, right? Some real quantitative strategists, they're called. They're very, very, very smart individuals. So even from 20 years ago, they were doing what we would now call algorithmic trading. So definitely, if it's something that you're interested in, then have a go. You've even got the tools now where you can build it yourself. However, for me, this is the real key. An algorithm, or otherwise known as a bot, will lack the nuance to feel what a trader can feel when he's looking at the market, right? Going back to that risk management question, is like I can feel when I'm in a losing position here, but I actually don't want to. I know that I'm just in a losing position, and this trade is endally going to come back around. Whereas a bot will just close the position. All right. So as an individual, I'm much more able to feel the market, to move with it, to breathe with it, where algorithms are less likely to be able to use some nuance and some feel to the market. But I wouldn't discourage it. It's the way that the world is going. I would say if you are going to use AI or signals can be fantastic if you know what you're doing. Signals are part of the service that we offer as well, but they're better for the individuals who know what they're doing. I wouldn't discourage that, but I'd always say teach a man to fish rather than give him a fish, if you know what I mean.
Oh, come on. What is it? Teach a man. Teach a man. You can fish. You can. What is it? You can fish for a man
I'm
for
gonna
a
let you get it.
day.
I know it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
let
can
you get
fish
it.
a
Go on.
man for a day, but you fed him. You only fed him for that day. But if you teach a man how to fish, you fed him for life.
Simple.
Okay.
Exactly that. Exactly that.
Love that.
So for me, a lot of the AI stuff and the signals, which I will not discourage, like I said, signals are part of the service we offer. But they're better for people who know how to fish as well. So you'll know how to fish, but you're also being given fish as well, if you know what I mean.
We got someone that said hi, and they are from Nigeria. Come on,
At Bricks 34. I love at Bricks 34.
with big up, salute you. Definitely, love that. So how does someone manage emotions after a big win?
Look, man, this is so good. The thing is this: after a big win, you celebrate. After you celebrate, you just do, right? You celebrate. But here's the thing: celebrating sometimes denotes rareness. Like it doesn't happen very often, right? So, like today, like I've had a good trading day. I feel good for today. Let the feeling last until the evening, and tomorrow I get back completely neutral. Each trade and each day is fresh. You're only as good as your last trade, only as good as your last trading day. So, as I said, great trading day today. That does not impact tomorrow. I don't come into tomorrow with a high. I come in tomorrow thinking, okay, cool. Let's go again. Let's find out where the opportunities are. Let's keep the discipline high. Same with a loss, actually, DJP.
I was about
It's
to
the
ask you
same with
that.
a loss.
So
Yeah, it's
how
the
do you
same with a loss.
recover after a big loss?
I mean, again, after a loss, you feel, and I've had losing days. Honestly, I've had losing days, but you feel disappointed, you feel down, you feel, can I really do this? That's the hardest bit, is picking yourself up, because then doubts come in, right? Then the doubts come in and you say, all right, can I actually do this? All you got to do, believe in yourself. Don't stay down for too long. Let it last until the end of the day, or maybe to the end of the hour. Pick yourself back up, go again. It's exactly the same. And what I try to do consciously, as I said before, flatten like the waves between exhilaration and despondence, and then exhilarated and despondent. I just try to flatten that. So I feel good when I've had a good day, feel a little bit down when I've had a bad day, just come back and do it again tomorrow.
Yeah. So as I said, the phone lines are open if you do want to call in and ask Leon a question. This is your time, guys, to ask a question. If you ever thought about trading or you want to trade, this is your time. And if you have traded and, what do you think of that? Let people know. This is your time. 07471 539 533. Do not be shy. I do not bite. So please call in if you can. I do not bite. I am very friendly and will not. Absolutely, I'm here to help you guys. This is your chance and this is your airspace to say what you feel about trading as well. So Lee, should people learn alone or find a mentor? I know you said that they find a mentor. Can people learn alone? And would you recommend it? Can we learn alone? Can we learn off just watching a YouTube video or reading a book or following these gurus, as they say out there?
You can learn. You can learn, right? All right. Remember earlier we were talking about how long does it take? Someone asked the question, how long does it take to be successful? Yeah. And I said 3 to 4 months to learn the skills, maybe 6 if you're a little bit slower, which is fine. But then after that, there's the practice phase. Remember when I said that earlier? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, if you do that first 3 months on your own, it's possible to do it on your own. But it's the 6 months afterwards of trial and error, of having a mentor on the other side of the phone that says, hey, Leon, listen, man, I don't know why. I don't get this, or the market's playing around with me, or I've had a losing run. What am I doing wrong? What am I misunderstanding? Really and truly, you need somebody to guide you along the process. So yeah, you can do the beginning bits by yourself, but to be really successful, you definitely need to have someone holding your hand along on this journey. Like anything, like sport, like music, like theater, doesn't like jiu-jitsu, whatever it is. You can try and practice by watching UFC, but if you try and do it on the street, when someone comes up to you, you're going to get hurt. So yeah, you definitely need a mentor.
I've got another question for you. You read that one out?
Algo trading. Wow, this is from Ganyani Davis 4541 again. Algo trading, indicator trade. All right. Can you explain number 1, algo trading? Number 2, indicator trading. Number 3, pure price trading for determining market structures, the advantages and disadvantages of each, and how best we should approach the market. Okay. Yes, I can. Yes, I can definitely explain every single one of those: algo trading, indicator trading, pure price action. I'll try and do it simply for the audience. Okay. For the audience, but Ganyani Davis, I'm not sure how to say it, but yeah, if you want to have a private call about that, I'm more than happy. This is what it is. Algo trading is essentially what someone called AI trading, right? Or using a computer to trade on your behalf, and that is rules based. So the algo or algorithm will have a set of rules, and then you let it run, and it will stick to those rules. Those rules hopefully will leave you profitable. The advantage of that is that you don't necessarily have to touch it. Once you let it run, it can go by itself, and it will either be profitable or it will lose some trades, but you're not doing it. So if you're time constrained and you're like, well, I want to try this, but I just don't have the time to do it myself, algo trading, bot trading, AI trading, it's an option, right? That's number 1. Number 2, indicator trading. These are using things like, I'll use the phrases without explaining them: MACDs, RSIs, Bollinger Bands, ATRs. These are all indicators that you can find which gives you an idea. Moving averages is another one. These are all indicators which give you an idea of what the market has done and what it might do next. Now, the advantage of that is that it's like a walking stick. It's like a guide. It's like when you go 10-pin bowling, right?
Yeah.
And the kid rails up on the edge. Yeah. So indicator trading is like having the rails up when you go 10-pin bowling. It's a guide. It will get you there kind of roundabout. But the problem with that is that indicators are almost always late. They are lagging the market, which means they need the price to determine what to indicate. All right. So it's late to the party. Without the price, the indicator doesn't work. And that's why pure price action trading is the way that I trade. It's what I teach, and it's what my students are learning to master, because the price is it's your friend and it's your master. Everything is determined from the price itself. So I want to know exactly what the price has done, factual. It's not subjective like some of the fundamental information. I want to know what the price has done and what might happen next based on pure price action. I could go deeper into that pure price action trading, but I don't know if it's right for the audience. Just
What?
on a very, very high level, just on a very high level, the investment banks, like the banks that I used to work for, they trade in real money. They're not leverage traders like us where we can cut a trade, 1% loss, go back and do it again. They're trading real money. And because of that, they leave footprints. And once you learn to understand those footprints, then you can understand what a price is going to do, essentially. That's for anybody out there that really has an understanding of what trading is.
I love that. Absolutely love that one, Lee. What about any books or resource that people can use to help them?
Now, for trading resources, I need to get my YouTube channel going, don't I, DJP? That's what I need to do. I need to get my YouTube channel going. For books on wealth and finance, I would read a few of these. I'd read Secrets of the Millionaire Mind.
Yeah.
That's a really, really, really powerful book. It's not trading specific, but it is really, really good. I'd read Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. That's by T. Harv Eker. I would also read The Millionaire Fast Lane. The Millionaire Fast Lane, which is by somebody DeMarco, I believe. The Millionaire Fast Lane. Those are two wealth and finance books that I would probably read. For a very simple one as well, I would read The Richest Man in Babylon. Just super, super powerful. Just super powerful. The book is about, it's so tiny. I don't even know if I've got it here. I don't have it here. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. It's so tiny. It's just a very, very thin book. You could read it in an afternoon. But the principles on finance in that book are really, really powerful. So those are the three that I would start with for money and finance. For trading, I don't know that you can learn from a book, to be very, very honest with you. Especially in this day and age, you need to be on YouTube or you need to have a mentor.
That's definitely, just for the kings out there, the black men them out there. What mind shift must black men adopt about wealth?
Oh man, I think wealth is a journey, and I'm still on my journey. I want to make that very, very clear. I'm still on my wealth journey. I think there are ways to do it quickly, but those ways you got to find someone to hold your hand. I would say if you're going to really change your mindset about wealth, start with a savings account. Like if you don't have a savings account, if you don't have a budget, if you're not using an ISA, which is a tax-free investment vehicle, then you're not really serious about these things. You've got to be in a position where you're saving, you've got your ISA, and it talks about this in the Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. He says there's 4 steps. I'll say 2 things. There's 4 steps to wealth. Number 1 is income. You must be able to have some type of income. From that income, you need to have savings. After you've had a savings, you need to have investments. And then after your investments, you need to simplify your life, which is cut away the chaff, right? Do we really need Paramount and Netflix and Apple TV and Sky and whatever else, right? Cut away the chaff. You've got a gym membership here. You've got another one over there that you're not using. Simplify your life. So I'll say those again. It is income, it is savings, then it's investments, and then it is simplification. That's in the Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. For me, I use a strategy which is I want something which I can do myself, an income which I can do myself, a skill, and then a passive income, which is something that works for me while I'm not doing it, other investments. And then, those are my main 3. So skill, something I can do for myself, passive investments and a passive income as well. Those are the ones that I stick to, if that makes sense.
Okay. And I want to put this out there as well, Lee. There's a lot of people that say, how can I put this? That they're at home, they can't get out, and they want to build wealth. And I hear this a lot that because they got kids, well, let's talk about maybe a single mother who's got kids and maybe has to look after the kids and stuff. Can trading help them change their life in a massive way if they was to really input it into it, have the mentor and everything, and having a kid at the same time to look after?
Okay, I'm going to give you the really most honest answer. If that individual has not got their income sorted out, then trading should not be used as the first point of income. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So if that individual has got a job, busy, a little bit stressed, kids to manage, and wants to work over a period of time to find a route out, then yes, trading can be part of that route to a new life. But it can't be the income source that starts this. Remember, I said income, savings, investments, and then simplification. Trading comes on the investment side of it. So income first, you got to have a little bit put away. Then trading becomes an investment in yourself and an investment in your future. So it should be step 3. It should be step 3 on the journey. And I meet a lot of people. Who are on step 1 of the journey. They don't have an income and they want trading to be the income generator for them. Well, it will never work. It will never work. I'll just tell you that now, because there's too much desperation. There's too much need. It's essential that if this trade doesn't work, I can't pay my bills. You can't trade like that. So number 1, there must be an income source. Then you must have some savings. Number 3, FX trading and trading in general becomes the investment that you make in yourself and in your future. Yeah.
Yep. And just for the listeners out there, just describe the difference between the stock market and Forex for people that don't know when it comes down to making money.
Yeah, brilliant. So the stock market is essentially a place where companies will allow individuals to take a small share of the company, right? Like if I wanted to own a tiny piece of Coca-Cola, then I can go to my broker that I told you about before, and I can see what the price for a Coca-Cola share is. And I can buy 1, 10, 50, 100,000, a million. I can buy a piece of that company. That's the stock market. The foreign exchange market is different. It is just a flow of currencies that's happening around. That is happening. Well, flow of currencies, yes. It's one country's currency traded against another country's currency. Is essentially it. But the stock market, I think that was your question. The stock market is essentially a place where people can go to and purchase a small piece of any company that is publicly traded.
And would you say, I don't know if you're in stock, so I don't really know, but I'm going to put it out there and ask you a question. Would you say it's important for us as a community to have part of these companies? Because I can't remember, I listened to someone on YouTube and he said, you go and buy maybe Nike and you go and spend your money in Nike, but why not own part of that company?
Whoever said that is 100% correct, right? 100% correct. What phone do you use, bro?
iPhone.
So you believe in Apple then, do you?
Yeah.
So why not go out and buy some Apple stock? Simple as that. Simple as that. Go out and buy some Apple shares. What TV do you use? Panasonic? I don't even know what TV.
Sony.
Sony. All right. So why not buy some Sony shares? You should. What washing up powder do you use? Go and look through your house and see what washing up liquid you use, what appliances you use. There's no reason why you can't go and buy a piece of Siemens, who make fridges, washing machines, dishwashers, freezers. Go and buy a piece of this company because you're already giving them your money. So you should absolutely go and own a piece of the company. If you believe in their products, go and own a piece of their company. I've done this for some things, for some of the things that I buy, and I will do it more. As a result of this conversation, I will do it more. I bought some new Nike Jordans the other day, and I was saying to myself, why not go and buy some Nike stock?
Oh wow.
It's actually really interesting. You think about this, right? You think about this. £120 for a pair of 100. I'll tell you the price of Nike right now. Give me 1 second. £120 for Air Jordans from JD Sports, right? So watch this. If you go and the price of Nike NKE right now is $53. So essentially $53 is about, let's call that 40, let's call it, that's about £40. I could have bought 3 Nike shares for the same amount that I bought the shoes. The shoes are going to run out, but I could have the Nike shares for a long time. The shoes are going to decrease in value, but the shares are going to go up in value. Not always, but the shares may go up in value. So you should definitely be buying shares in the companies that you purchase that you bring into your life.
I love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I didn't see
love that.
a question on there, right?
Oh, no, it wasn't a question. I'll just bring it back up for you. The person was just talking about they've invested share with the new phone coming out, and they made money through it. Very smart.
Vernlin Andrews, very smart, Vernlin.
Yeah, Vernlin. Yep. Well, we're learning something today. Definitely learning. There's another question for you.
Do you have a preference trading cryptos or FX? So, again, what I trade right now is gold, and done really, really well on that drop in gold that's happened over the last 2 days. So I trade commodities like gold, and every now and again I'll trade oil, and I trade indices. Indices are things like the Dow Jones or the FTSE 100 or the US 30. Oh, sorry, that is the Dow Jones, or the NAS 100, S&P 500, or the FTSE, the DAX, which is the German version. So I trade commodities, I trade indices, but out of cryptos and FX, I trade more FX, although I do like crypto on the weekend when I'm a little bit bored. So yes, I do trade more FX than cryptos.
Yeah. And what I'm going to say to people who are watching, please like the channel, get the thumbs up in the chat as well. Please like the channel, hit that like button. And if you are new today to the Just Talk Black show, I do appreciate you tuning in and watching today. But I'm also going to ask you just to subscribe. Subscribe helps push the channel out. We are doing so much wonderful conversation and so much different guests that we get on the show that I do not want you guys to miss it. So every time when you do subscribe, what that does is basically notifies you about who the guest is coming on and what time we're coming on. And also I do post as well, so that will let you know about who I'll be having on the following Thursday, and that's it. So I do ask you, please hit that like button. The person they dropped.
Yeah, I mean FPT 100, he knows, man, that dropped like a brick. And again, it's just been a good couple of days. I mean, I said today was good, yesterday was good as well. It's like, if you know what you're looking for, and if you're at the desk at the right time, or if you use orders which are telling the market what to do in advance, then you can. It can be good. It can be really good.
So when you say that, say if I'm trading with say about $2,000, and I've traded with $2,000, and for maybe 1 day, on a good trade, we're just estimating, I know you can't really say what it would be, but on a good day, how much money can I make with the $2,000?
So I tell you what, I'll change this around. Okay, if you can make one leverage trading, this is leveraged, like trading through a broker. If you can make 1% a day, right? So 1% of 2,000 is what? I almost said 2. 10% of 2,000 is 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10% of 2,200, so it's 20, right? If you can make 20 quid on your 2,000, you have done amazingly well. Yeah, that's a 1% gain. And that's the way to think about it. Think of it in terms of percentages rather in terms of actual money.
Mm.
And if you can do 1% a day, or even if you can do 3 to 4% a week,
Yeah.
you will be laughing in this industry. You'll be laughing, especially if you get those funded accounts, those large funded accounts. You'll be laughing.
So is it that you need these large funding accounts to make the money, would you say?
Yeah, I tell you the reason why, because that same 1% that you make on your 2,000, which is at 20 quid, right? You make that 200,000. Now you got $2,000. So it's the same percentage, but it's just more actual impact in your wallet, in your pocket. Percentage wise, you've done phenomenally, whether you're trading on a 2,000 account or whether you're trading on a 200,000 account. Percentage wise, you've done amazingly well. But the impact to your life is just different on the funded accounts. So yeah, if you can do 1% a day, even if you do 0.5% a day, that's still good. That's still very, very good. Still very good.
I know you wanted to say something that you wanted to put it out there. What was it? It was commonly, you know what it was.
Oh, I think we covered it. The funded accounts.
The funded accounts, yes, we covered that part. So
Yeah,
that was
we've done
good.
that.
We touched on that, which was absolutely good. Is there anything that you like to say to the audience, Lee? I'm putting it out to you. I'm opening it up to you right now.
Look, this is the thing I would say. If you've got an income, if your income is secure, and you know that there's more you can be doing with your finances, there's more you can be doing to kind of build a future for yourself, then yeah, consider trading as an option. There are other things. There's property, there's e-commerce. I mean, there's so many side hustles right now. I think the reason why I love this one is because it gives me, although I'm in my office and I do a lot of trading from here, it does give me the opportunity to do this from anywhere that I am. As long as I've got my mobile phone, as long as I've got a laptop and an internet connection, I can do this from anywhere. So yeah, think about this as an option. I'm making myself available for conversations. If anybody wants to have a further conversation about this, I'll be more than happy to speak with you. It doesn't have to be learning this yourself. It could be signals, it could be dummy trading, it could be just joining a community and seeing what's there. But definitely think of it as a way to potentially build some income into your life and maybe an exit route from your career or business at some point in the future, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Can you tell people about your company? Let's touch about your company. We haven't talked about your company. Let's touch on what the name of your company and how people can find you. Are you on social media? And
yeah, that's amazing, bro. So the name of the company is Elevation Trading, and they can find us online at elevationtrading.net. You'll see there me, and you'll see my son. I run this business with my son, who is a phenomenal entrepreneur. He's 24 next month or the month after. He's actually a phenomenal entrepreneur. So we are a family business that's grown out into more staff and more people, but we started as a family business. So it's elevationtrading.net. You'll see a form, top right-hand corner. Just click on it, fill in your name and details, and somebody will be in touch with you. So yeah, Elevation Trading online. Where are we? On Instagram, I think it's elevation.fx, I think, or elevation.net. Can't quite remember, but you'll find us Elevation Trading on Instagram as well.
Love that. And if anybody do want to get in touch with Leon, we will be putting it in the description after the video go live, so you can find him. And you can also, we will be putting that also on the Just Talk Black on Instagram and LinkedIn and a couple other pages. We're gonna put that out. But if you would like to get in contact with him as well, you can actually call the studio number, which is 07471539533, and I can pass your details on to him as well, so that might help as well. So if you do want to learn more about trading, I'm telling you, you need to really go to Leon, because I've started with him, and I'm telling you, I've watched a lot, guys. I'm telling you, I've watched a lot of guys on YouTube and thought, you know what, I can learn it myself and learn it through these guys. And I'm telling you, when Leon goes through his classes and he's got videos, when he goes through those guys, I'm telling you, he breaks it down in a way that even my 6-year-old son could basically learn from it. He does it in a way that it sticks in your mind. As I said, I've watched many people on YouTube, and I watch many people on YouTube, and it never really stuck in my head. Always went away. But I'm telling you, when I watch Leon's videos and his classes and stuff, it sticks because the way he breaks it down, it makes it sticks in your head and you get it. You really do get it. So
appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that.
Somebody is saying, can I please repeat the number? So if you do want to get in contact with Leon, you can call the studio number, which is 07471 539 533, and I can pass your details on to him, and he will basically get in contact with you. I think that's the goodest way. Leon, you mind that?
That's fine. Yeah, you can just do that. Call that studio number, pass the details on, or if you want to, you can go to the website elevationtrading.net and just fill in your details on that, and I'll either myself or one of the team will get in contact with you.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a good thing. So please, as I said, guys, check him out. Go and literally, if you do want to start trading, I've started and I'm enjoying it. And yeah, hopefully I'm looking to eventually down the line to go into trading full time. So as Leon said, you do need a mentor. And to me, there's a lot of people out there who are teaching Forex, but really don't have a clue. They're using AIs and different stuff to teach you, which is not good. So, check him out. And please, as I said, if you are going to go into it, be careful of who you choose. I can vouch on my heart that Leon is a good guy, decent guy, and he is a top teacher. So you're in good, safe hands. I can vouch for that. I've known him for a long time, and I wouldn't say this on air about anybody, but him 100%, I can say with hands on heart that he is my brother, and I will put it out there that, you will be in safe hands. So yeah, and that's it. Lee, is there anything else you want to say about trading that you feel that people really need to know, because we're coming to the end of the show now?
I think the real thing is that it's not fast money. All right. It's a skill that you build over time. Learning trading is an investment in yourself. It's an investment in your future. And again, if you've got the right mentor and if you've got the right discipline and you're prepared to take the process, it's something that anyone can do. A lot of people fear that it's too much for me, or I can never do it, or it's only for special people. No. You need persistence, you need discipline, you need a really good, really good mentor, and anybody can actually get involved with this if you have those skills. So yeah, believe in yourself, find someone that can help you, get in touch, and you can do it. That's my message. You can do it. I believe in you.
Definitely. Can I ask a quick question as well before we do end the show? Does it give you freedom as well, in time freedom as well? How long do you have to be trading for? In a sense, is it like you can go in there for, some people say 2 hours, some people say 3 hours, some people say they just put a trade on and leave it for the whole day. How does it actually work? We never really touched on that, and I think that's important. That does it allow me to be free as a person, that I don't have to constantly be in front of the screen? Can I just put a trade on and walk away, and in the next 5 hours just come back later on and look at it? Let's just quickly touch on that, because I feel that is very important. Will it give me freedom of time, like gaining back my time in my life?
Massively. It will give you massive freedom of time. Of course, let's say that you've done the education, right? This is not the investment of time that you need to learn. Once you've learned it, once you've practiced it, there are so many ways that you can find trades which do not require you to be locked at the desk, right? As I said, I was saying this to you earlier, we have a call twice a week with our advanced traders, and we come at a very specific time and we do a very specific thing. And that can be done in 45 minutes. It can be done in an hour and a half max. Usually it's never longer than an hour and a half, and it either works that day or it doesn't work that day. So there are opportunities where you can come to the market at a specific time, do a specific thing and go. Once you understand market structure as well, you can enter a trade and wait for the market to go from place to place. It's not how long do you hold the trade for, it's from position to position. And we learn what those position to positions are, so you can set it and forget it and walk away. If you're someone like me, I just love it. I'm happy to sit in front of the charts all day, because I just, there's another opportunity. Take that. It worked, it didn't work. That's me. I just really enjoy being in front of the charts and trading, but it's not for everybody. So yes, you can do the way that I do it, which is I just enjoy being in front of the charts. Most people won't be like me. Most people want to go and do something else. I do love my golf. So as the summer comes, Junior, I'm going to spend
You'll be
less
there.
time in front of the charts, more time playing golf. But yes,
Yeah.
it really does help you to create additional freedom in your day.
Okay. And just another quick thing, because we never touched on this as well. Can you win when the market goes up, and can you win when the market goes down? We never touched on that.
I mean, the example that FTP 100 was talking about was gold, right? And over the last 2 days, I mean, man, the market has dropped massively over the last 2 days. I was just looking over there at the chart. I've got charts on my other screens. The market has dropped massively, and 100% in the world of digital trading, you can make money when the market is going up, and you can make money when the market is going down. And this is the huge differentiator between normal life, because in normal life, you've got to hold the asset before you can sell the asset. Right? You've got to buy a car before you can sell the car on. You've got to go and buy the kitchen before you can refurbish it and put it in somebody's house. You've got to buy the materials before you can build the loft extension. So in the real world, you've got to buy something and put a markup on it and then sell it. But in the digital world, we get two prices. This is so massive. I wonder if people will understand it. Traders will understand it. Beginners may struggle with this at the start. But in the digital world of trading, we get two prices. We get the opportunity to start the trade with either a sell or a buy. And if we take the sell option, all we're waiting for is the price to drop, and we can close the trade for profit. If we take the buy option, we're waiting for the price to rally, and we can close the trade for profit. But we'll go into that in the lessons. That's something we teach in the lessons. But yes, to answer your question, you can make money when the price is going up or when the price is going down.
Absolutely love that, guys. And that's it, Lee. That is the end of the Just Talk Black show. I am definitely going to have you for part 2, because I feel, we always have to have our guests on for part 2. There's so much more.
It'll be part 3, broski.
Oh, come on, part 3, part 4, We have to go so much into this, guys. There's so much to learn about Forex and what it can do and how it can help you within your life. So it has been an absolutely wonderful show as always with you guys in the chat. Please do subscribe. If you are new, it's so important that you do subscribe. Lee, I would ask you that famous questions, but you've been on here so much times. And should I ask you the question?
Yeah, go and ask.
So this is the famous question that we always ask all our guests on the show. Leon's been on the show and talked about many different topics. He's been in a guys group that we've been on, and he's also talked about financial stuff as well. So go and check him out on the Just Talk Black show. You can see him, and he's actually hosted on the Just Talk Black show as well. So if you want to see him how he hosts as well, where it was about relationship. And that was on February the 12th, on my birthday, actually. You've done that show, yeah. So if you want to watch Leon hosting as well, he has actually been a host and interviewing someone on the Just Talk Black show. You can find that on the Just Talk Black show. Go to YouTube and just type Just Talk Black, and you will basically be able to find many different videos, and you can watch Leon as well, where he talks about many different things on there as well. Just want to say a big thanks to all the participate in the chat as well. Who has been, putting their questions in the chat. This is what this show is about. It's about you guys being a part of the show as well. And it's so important that you do be a part of the show, because it's made for you. This is where we open conversations. This is where we discuss things. This is where we find solutions as well, and how we can move forward as a community as well. So Lee, thank you for coming on the Just Talk Black show today. Really do appreciate you for coming on the Just Talk Black show.
Appreciate you for having me on again, DJ Purpose. I appreciate it, man.
Enough love.
Thank you very much.
And literally, guys, that is it for today. What a show. What a show. And as I said, guys, if you are watching, please get those likes up in the chat as well. It's important that we do support, that you guys do support the channel and help us to grow and push the channel further out there. You know, it was good to see someone from Nigeria online today as well. Really do appreciate you from Nigeria. And if you are from anywhere else as well, really do appreciate you. And even if you're from the UK, we love you and appreciate you as well. So guys, I'll just tell you about next week's guest. Let me see if I can bring it up. Next week's guest, we are talking about healing before dating, why wholesome matters. Come on, guys, this show next week. This lady is straight from the USA. We are taking it global. We're having global guests all over the place. Coming on the Just Talk Black show. This is how we are growing, guys. We are now growing, and our numbers, our subscribers are growing as well, which is very important. So as I said, thank you guys for tuning into the Just Talk Black show. It's so important to have you guys. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show as well, as I always say at the end of the show, that phone line number at the bottom right hand corner, you can call that phone number as well and speak to me directly, and we will basically book you in or send you out a form first of all, because it's about sending out a form and we need to know what you would like to do and you know what you would like to talk about. Once we do that, we do a 10-minute test with you. We'll send you a link and we do a 10-minute test to see how your internet connection is and your webcam, whether you're using your mobile phone or a laptop. Those are the two things you need: a good connection and a good camera. Once we get that done and we see that that's okay, on that day we'll book you in for a date that you could come on the Just Talk Black show. And it's as simple as that, guys. That is the process, as simple as that. And you could be a guest just like Leon and talking about what you do. So if you are a black-owned business, or you have a testimony of something that you've been through in your life and how you came through the other end of it, you know. So as I said, I really do want to appreciate you guys for coming and supporting us today, you know. And tonight, if tonight has challenged you, you know, which is good. Growing shouldn't feel uncomfortable. You know, it shouldn't feel uncomfortable because you're growing and you're learning. But sometimes we feel, you know, I'm too old to learn, and you know, I don't really want to learn at this age. But I'm telling you guys, sometimes we have to push ourselves to learn. And this is how we as a black community can go forward and close the gap in wealth as well, you know, which is very important. As I said, as always, really do appreciate you guys for tuning in to the Just Talk Black show. And that is it, guys. And I, you know, at the end of the show, I always say to people, you know, listen to the song. Every song at the end of the Just Talk Black show is about the topic we discussed today. So more times now at the end of the show, I would have a song that we made and it's talking about the topic that we have talked today. So have a listen in. And guys, thank you for tuning in to the Just Talk Black show.
Late night staring at the charts. Dreams bigger than the system we started in. This ain't luck, this is learning. Welcome to a new mindset. Yeah, we grew up hearing money don't grow on trees, but nobody showed the markets overseas. Foreign exchange, yeah, the world's moving fast. Currency shifting while the hours pass. Some chasing hype on the internet wave, thinking quick profits gonna make them insane. But discipline different when you enter the game. Real traders, no patience, builds the flame. It ain't gambling if you understand the plan. Knowledge in your hands, yeah, you build a demand. Risk management, mindset strong. That's the reason why the real ones last long. Level up the mind, don't chase the shine. Study every candle, take your time. Generational wealth on the line. We trading discipline, not chasing signs. Level up the mind, watch it grow. Knowledge turn a seed into gold. From the charts to the vision we hold. This is how the future unfolds. This is how the future unfolds. This is how the future unfolds. Forex never sleeps, markets open worldwide. Tokyo to London, New York on the rise. Patterns on the chart tell a deeper story, but emotion and trading can steal your glory. Some win fast, some learn slow, but every loss is a lesson to grow. Psychology stronger than the trade you place. Master your mind and you master the race. This is bigger than money we chase. It's about putting our people in a better place, teaching knowledge that schools never gave, building wealth that can last for days. From struggle to strategy, mindset to power, turning small knowledge into generational towers. Don't chase the shine, study every candle, take your time. Generational wealth on the line. We trade in discipline, not chasing signs. Level up the mind, watch it grow. Knowledge turn the seed into gold. From the charts to the vision we hold. This is how the future unfolds out. This is how the future unfolds. Phones up.
Real conversations, real knowledge, real community. Thank you for watching the Just Talk Black Show.